Daniel, a couple, top 15 guys last weekend didn't go your way. What'd you learn from those matches?
I guess I learned. Most of the stuff I learned is from ASU and Pitt. Those are the two matches that I learned from. ASU, I guess, just uh, just scrap pretty much. I mean, there's not a lot you can do um, when you're young and you go against guys like that. You don't have a lot of options. So, I mean, just hang in there and make it hard. I mean, just have that body language and show them that you want to beat them, and that's pretty important. And also, just I guess a lot of in Pitt, I learned just gotta control your emotions. I mean, when I got taken down, I kind of started getting emotional and I started panicking, and I just started rolling around. And when I could have made it a lot easier on myself, just get up, make a mat return, and make it hard on them. Just things like that. Learning how to finish, not pausing.
How do
Things
you
like that.
avoid that pause or those emotions when you're prime time or on the mat?
Um, it's kind of I guess it's gonna happen when you're a young guy in this game. You get rid of that with experience. So I mean, I'm a lot wiser today than I was on Sunday and on Friday, and that's just what it's about. You learn as you go. Um, yeah, so you learn.
How would you describe your, I guess, gas tank from the first match this season to where you're
Man,
at now?
that's probably that's my favorite thing I've developed so far. Earlier in the year, I would get so tired, and it was really bad. But one thing I've learned about that is it's more of a mindset than it is, I guess, physically. Because one thing Coach Perry tells me is I've been training too long to be that tired as I would earlier in the year, and that's something that stuck in with me. As I went, yeah, I developed that mindset that you're not tired, and one way you get rid of that is just be excited to compete and just grateful for the opportunity, and you just go out there and you show it, and you're wrestling and you hustle back to the center. It's more of a body language thing too. That's one of the things I've learned about that.
Did you feel a mindset shift in that Colton Schultz match? Because in the first, out of a minute, 30 seconds, 2 minutes, he was kind of pushing you around, digging that underhook and just shoving you out essentially. And then it seemed like maybe early in the second period, late in the first period, you got a little bit more aggressive and you
Yeah.
stayed in the center and you fought back a little bit more. And then you even forced a couple, I think one stall call toward the end of that match in the third period. Was that sort of, did you feel a mindset shift in the middle of that match, or take me through that match a little bit?
I did feel a really big mindset. I mean, still going into that match, I mean, a lot of this year I struggled with a lot of confidence. I would ask myself if I'm really up there with these guys, with the top level guys, and can I hang with them? And I think in that ASU match, kind of going into that match, I was still a little bit unsure if I could, or I was more sure that I could hang with these guys, but I was a little bit unsure if I could like beat these guys and compete with them. And I guess yeah, after that first period, I was like, I had that little mindset shift where I was like, this isn't as hard as I pictured it to be. I'm in there with them, and so yeah, it was a big mindset shift in that match, and just it takes me a while to get going a little bit. It's a rough filling out that little first period. It's always hard with all those guys. They come out really hard, but you kind of find out who they are in those second and third periods. So
Against Iowa, Younger got the call, but this
yeah.
time in a rivalry, you'll go ahead and step out there. I guess, what are you anticipating your first kind of big rivalry duel as a freshman?
Um, to be honest, I haven't really thought about it that much. I mean, I'm more focused on what we have today and what I have tomorrow. But I guess now that you put that thought in my mind, I look forward to it. There's kind of two options you have. You can either be scared about that rivalry, be scared about how many people are going to be there, be scared about who you have to compete against. But or you can choose the latter option, which is be excited, be grateful for this opportunity that I get to step out there on that mat and compete in an atmosphere like that for against UNI, and I'd rather choose that one than the first one. So I'm excited to go out there.
With the opponent you'll have against UNI, that's a guy you've seen earlier this year,
Yeah.
Lance Runyon. I guess what is your approach to rematches and how those go? Like, how do you kind of go about trying to get better, improve, and get a better result?
My approach is just I let things take care of itself. I don't really worry about who I have to wrestle against, who I'm wrestling against in the next few weeks. I just worry about, kind of I mentioned it earlier, I'm worried about today. I just take it day by day. I practice by practice, one step at a time. So I guess what I can say is earlier in the year when I wrestled them, I had no confidence. I mean, I did have a little bit of confidence, but more though now than I did before, and I kind of just it's just more experience now, and just want to go out there and go take it to them, make it hard every period, every minute, every hand fight.
You detailed your, former eating habits to us earlier this season. Dresser described you back then as a, quote, fast food king, unquote.
It was.
I guess it's kind of an honor. You got a crown piece. But at the same time, how much has adding that piece of discipline helped you, not only from a physical standpoint, but from a mental standpoint, like you talked about, to be able to change your body and see the result and feed off of that instead of maybe looking at the food as like a reward or a comfort or that type of stuff?
Yeah, it's kind of mind-boggling a bit. It's a little crazy to see results in real time. You're watching your own body change, and it's like sometimes I'm looking at myself and I'm like, damn, I never had that before. And so but I guess the food part was a really big part of my discipline, because that was really the first everything I had. I created discipline on, which was that, and then I kind of built off that. I built off the discipline of eating at home or eating healthier options when I go out, trying to find healthier options. And to me, that's a big part of who I am right now, because I can't really go out there and wrestle like I did against Pitt or anybody else running off of McDonald's, So it's a big contribution to who I am right now.
How much better do you feel now that you're down all that weight?
I feel a lot better. One thing I would have thought if I weighed this much back then was that I would have lost my power, lost all that. But I actually feel like I'm more powerful than I am right now than I was when I first came here, and my shape has definitely gone up, way up, and my footwork and how I am, my feet, my hand fighting, and all that. Everything's just been improved. All this year is just improvement.
Does the Colton Schultz match kind of reinforce that, like, oh, this does bring real results? I can stand in the center of the mat with Colton Schultz and not let him push me around.
Oh yeah, with Colton Schultz especially, but like every match I've had this year, after every match, my confidence has grown, because it's just I know I can go out there, and I feel now that I know I can beat these guys, and especially with that match, with someone who's that caliber, especially in Greco, and you can kind of hang in there with them, where he's stalled out other people or made them panic and stuff like that. It's a good confidence booster for me, and I feel a lot better now.
We'll be watching Ames a bunch next week, the Boys State tournament. Keep track of that a little bit?
To be honest, I haven't really kept track with them. Coach probably doesn't like hearing that, Coach Fay. But I do, whenever Chicken Hawk comes up and tells me, he has a duel or something like that, I'll go and watch. But now that you mentioned that, I'll probably be, if I can, maybe be out there watching the state tournament. That's always fun. I like that state tournament. It's one of the best ones I've been in.
Thanks, Deacon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Tina.